Welcome everyone, and in this class we're going to, or this lab, we're going to talk about how to create a JavaFX environment using Scenebuilder and connect our source code over to our database that we created in class this week. Alright, so this will best work from home until they get the port unblocked at the campus. Alright, so first thing I'm going to do is create a new project. Going to hit other. Going to go down to JavaFX, going to choose JavaFX project. I'll name it Java, or I'll call it My Database App. Perfect, and hit finish. Great. So you'll notice that right away this comes in here. I'm going to purge that. Okay, so first thing that we need to do is, before we even create anything, is we need to add that jar file. So if, as you see here, I'm using Apple, so I'm using El Capitan. I think some of the newer versions, such as Sienna or whatever it's called, it looks a little bit different. So I'm going to drill into the system library, right click, I'm going to choose build path and configure build path. Add external jar. I'm going to find my file. I have it in here. There's my jar file. Okay, now it's been added. Now I can go on and do my development. Right click on source. I am going to choose actually, let me see. Don't think I need a Java one right now. So I think the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to create our connection for our environment. So we could just do a regular class. I'll do new class, and we will call this DB connection. Now this lesson will be multiple videos, so I'm not going to put it all in one video. I'm going to choose public static. If you remember, in class we created a way to connect to the database to the console. So now what we're going to do is we're going to do something similar, but now we're going to create our own connection. So you know the one that we connected to was already done for us. Now we're going to create our own thing. We need a package. So let me create a package. I will call this my database. Actually, let's go with cchc dot my database dot week 10. Alright, so now I'm going to move that code. Exit this here and move this into that. Perfect. There we go. Alright. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to import my library. I have multiple libraries to import this time. I'm going to do import java.sql.connection. I'm going to import java.sql.driverManager. And then import java.sql.sqlException. Then I'm going to import java.util.logging.level. And lastly, import java.util.logging.logger. Cool. All right, now we got our libraries. Now we need to create our connection. So let's get rid of this nonsense here. Alright, so we're going to put a well, let's see here, public class database. Okay, so we're actually going to wipe this out here. We're not going to need this. So we're going to create a new public. We're going to call it public connection. We'll call it connect. Okay, we'll do that and that. Alright, so what am I missing here? Okay. All right, so we need a try catch here. We're going to do try. Move this down here. Underneath that, I'm going to put my catch like I've been doing. I'm going to say parentheses. I'm going to put class not found exception or SQL exception EX, and then I'll put logger dot get logger db connection dot class dot get name, and then do dot log level dot severe. That's the risk of it. No dot ex, and then put this here. All right, let's see what's going on here. Get name. All right, this get name is get name case sensitive, and then we have a log here. It's supposed to be dot log. All right, getting somewhere. Just a couple problems here. All right, so we have class not found exception or SQL exception. All right, I think it's because it's okay, unreachable block, no big deal, we'll get to it. Let's move, let's see, what am I missing here? I don't think it makes a difference if I put it here. It does. Oops, no. Yeah, I don't think so. Let's put this down there. We'll catch up with that. I'm not worried about it. Probably just needs a return statement here. So we'll put return connection, which doesn't exist yet, but we will have it existing here soon. First thing that we need to do is do a string. This will be your database URL. So here we will have string URL equals JDBC, MySQL, our IP that we talked about. And then 55 3306. All right, and then the name of our database. And then a semicolon there. Perfect. Now we need to have a username. So we'll have string user equals CCAC students 1. Perfect. And then we'll have string password equals CCAC 1. So this is the name of mine, but your username and password is going to be differently. All right, so we have that there. Now we need to have some other information. So we're going to come down here and type in class for name. And we're going to put the driver information here. So I'm going to call it com.mysql.jdbc.driver. So that is just the information I got from the jar file that we pulled over. We're going to put connection. I'm going to call it CONN. You call it anything. I'm going to do driver manager dot get connection. And we're going to say URL, username, and the password. So now we're just in this case, we're doing a little bit different. We're passing username and password and your URL, which is, this is your URL, this is username, this is password. All right, and we're going to do return con. Perfect. And I think one last thing that we need to do is down here we could do return null. And that's pretty much it. This right here ends the DB connection. So this is what we need for a database connection. We'll create one more script in here for this page. So I'm gonna close out of this, hit yes. I am going to right click on and choose, in this case, let's see, what do I need? I am going to go to other, I'm going to go to JavaFX, I'm going to go to classes, I'm going to choose the JavaFX main class, hit next. What am I going to call it? I am going to be crazy and call it main. Why not? All right. So let's see what we need here. In this one, we need application. We will need this guy here, import JavaFX.fxml loader. What else? We'll need import JavaFX.scene.parent. We'll need to import JavaFX.scene.scene. And we already have stage. So that's libraries we need to import. We have public class main extends. We have the override start. So right here, we're going to say the parent root equals fxml loader dot load, and in here we're going to put get the class dot get resources. Get the resources. We're going to enter the name of our fxml document, which doesn't exist yet, but I'm going to call it for now. And we can always change it. All right, what is not liking here? Parent root equals fxml dot load get class. We have that dot get resource. Fxml. It has to be because this doesn't exist yet, I bet. Let's put that as blank and see what happens. Oh, that's still the same thing. Well, let's see here. Well, let's continue on and see what happens here. So we'll have that. And then we'll have scene equals new scene root. Then we have stage dot set scene. Oops. Man. Okay, what am I doing here? Alright, what am I doing wrong? Alright, so I'm losing my mind. Mine's called primary stage. So I want to do primary stage dot set scene. No big deal about that up there. And then we'll do primary stage dot show. Alright, cool. That's that with that. That is probably because we don't have that FXML, I'm thinking. Let's save that. Let's go here, create a other. Do a new FXML document. Let's make sure we call it the same thing. I call it FXML user. And I think we're using anchor paint on this. And hit finish. I was hoping that would fix my problem here. FXML user.fxml. So I was kind of just poking around here on my little break here, and as you see, I did get this to work. So I had some things a little misplaced. So if I hit save here, all these guys are lined up. So we have the DB connection, we have the main, and we have the FXML, which will be our scene builder. The other things that we need to build yet is we need to build the user details table information. We need to create a actual this is the user information, so this is fine. And we'll also have to do the controller. Those are 2 remaining pieces to this project. I'm going to go ahead and save this and submit it to line, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.